Good afternoon. Welcome again, or welcome for the first time. We are here for our third live session to take you guys free diving in your own blue backyard here in Bermuda with several guests. And we have several guests. So we have Beth. Hi, Beth.
Hi, Dr. Alex.
From South Africa, and I can't even tell you how difficult it was to get her with us here. So how are you, Beth?
I'm great. So it's just been an incredible past few days after over 2.5 months of not being able to dive. I've been free diving in the best place in the whole of South Africa, probably the whole of Africa. Seen turtles, dolphins, whales, sharks, eels, over 1,000 species of fish. I mean, it's just been unbelievable. So, you know, as difficult as it is to connect to the internet because I'm kind of in the middle of nowhere, it's definitely worth it for the ocean time. And very excited to be here sharing my best day, World Oceans Day.
Awesome. Thank you for joining us. I'm sure these guys are super excited. So our co-hosts here today are here because they are all free divers, and they've all crossed our path at the aquarium in various forms, and they've been in the water with us. So who is here today? We have Jason. How are you, Jason?
I'm good.
All right, cool. We have, where are you joining us from, Jason?
I am in Bermuda.
In Bermuda. Where in Bermuda?
Smith's Parish.
Smith's Parish. Cool. Then we have Charlie. Charlie.
Hi.
Afternoon. How are you?
I'm all right.
Where are you joining us from?
I'm joining us from Scotland.
From cold Scotland. Is it cold?
Yeah. It's freezing.
Welcome, Charlie. Thank you for being with us. We have Gabby. Afternoon, Gabby.
Hi.
Where are you tuning in from?
Bermuda.
Where in Bermuda?
Warwick.
There we go. So we can meet Smith, Warwick, Scotland, South Africa. Nash. Afternoon, Nash.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good.
You're good. You guys are live on Facebook. You realize that?
Yeah.
Do you have your friends watching? I don't know. Maybe it's better not, but hey, maybe you do. Where are you tuning in from?
I'm in Paget.
In Paget. All right, cool.
Yeah.
Welcome. And then we have Alexandra. Alex, how are you?
Hi, I'm good.
Where are you tuning in from?
Smith's, Bermuda.
Smith, Bermuda. And then Sophie. Afternoon, Sophie.
Afternoon.
Where are you joining us from?
I'm joining you from Pembroke, Bermuda.
Pembroke, Bermuda. And Charlotte. Afternoon, Charlotte.
Hi.
Where do you live, Charlotte?
I'm in Warwick, Bermuda.
Warwick, Bermuda. And I'm in St. George's. Yay! All right, so super, guys. Super excited. We have a great session for everybody. It's going to be a little challenging technically wise because we have different videos and different presentations that everybody's going to be sharing. But each of our co-hosts are going to introduce themselves and explain how much they love being in the ocean. And we're going to share a footage of them in the water, with them sharing with you how they feel in the water. And then they've all picked a creature or two that they really enjoy, and they will take you underwater to spend some time with them. Shall we begin? Are you guys ready? Yes? Okay. No, oh gosh, we have some shaking hands. All right, let's go. Being in the water is going to be fun no matter what. So Charlotte, I'm going to ask you if you can share your screen, and we're going to dive in the water. I think through a swim through on some of our reefs, and we are going to follow you. So take on the stage, Charlotte. Awesome. We can see your screen. Well done.
All right. So, hi everyone. My name is Charlotte. I'm 15 and I've been freediving for, I don't know, as long as I can remember. I started actually at Aqua camp when I was really little, and I've pretty much gone through every single camp, I think. So when I got too old, I became a junior volunteer at the aquarium. So that basically means I'm an intern. So I have helped in the three main sort of points at the aquarium. So I've helped in education, aquarium, and zoo. And today I will be talking about the blue parrotfish and the Townsend angelfish, which are both two common reef fish in Bermuda.
Thanks, Charlotte. How do you feel when you're underwater? Because you look like so relaxed. How deep was it?
I honestly, I don't remember how deep it was, but freediving is definitely a very relaxing sport. So this is my friend, the blue parrotfish. So if you see his beak there, the beaks of all parrotfish, including the blue parrotfish, are made of fluorapatite, which is the hardest, or one of the hardest, biomaterials in the world. So it's harder than copper, silver, and gold. So if you can imagine how hard gold is, they have very hard beaks. I would not want to get bitten by one. And if you've ever wondered where sand comes from, parrotfish are the answer. So they eat algae that grows on rocks and coral. So sometimes they get a little bit of coral or the rock in their stomach as well. So after they digest it, they obviously excrete. And most of the sand that is on our beaches here is actually parrotfish poop. So parrotfish are found in schools, usually led by a dominant male. And parrotfish are actually hermaphrodites. So that means that throughout their life, they change from female to male. So the largest female in a group will become a male after the dominant male dies. So the official name for parrotfish gender is the initial phase, which is the female, and the terminal phase, which is male. So this is actually a really cool picture here. This is a blue parrotfish encasing itself in a sort of mucus sleeping bag. A lot of parrotfish species do this. And some scientists think this is to mask the parrotfish's smell, and others think it's an early warning system. So if a predator pierces the bubble, then they'll know to swim away. And this is a short video showing you a blue parrotfish. So as you can see, they have that the sort of rounded nose. So I don't really think that serves a purpose. I think that's just a an evolutionary trait that they got. But you can see the beak with the teeth there.
Cool. Anybody has questions on parrotfish for Charlotte? No, we're good. All right.
I want to know what Charlotte's favorite parrotfish is.
My favorite parrotfish. Probably a midnight parrotfish, even though they're super rare. I just like the colors.
Cool. Guys, if you're watching us on Facebook, send us your questions for these guys if you want. Or they keep on saying hi, so everybody's saying hi. All right. Do you have a second fish, Charlotte?
Yeah, I do. So the bottom one is actually the one I'm talking about. So this is the Townsend angelfish. There are 84 species of angelfish in the world. And Townsend angelfish are actually a hybrid between the queen angelfish and the blue angelfish. So there are actually two common names for it, the Townsend angelfish and the Bermuda blue angelfish, because Bermuda was where it was originally found. So this is a picture of a Townsend angelfish. And they're actually, despite being super pretty, not super strong swimmers. So they stick to the reef. They can't handle very large currents because in comparison to their body, their fins here aren't very big. So they can't swim as well as like sharks or big fish like groupers. They feed mainly on sponges. So you can see a chicken liver sponge up in the right, algae, coral, which they get when they eat the algae, so they don't really feed on that on purpose. Jellyfish, which are in the bottom left corner, and plankton, which are in the bottom right corner. So this is just a short video about angelfish. And they're also hermaphrodites, which means that while they age, females will turn into males.
All right. I have to share, those guys are kind of my favorites on the reef. I love the colors, the blue, and I'm always so happy when I'm underwater and I see an angelfish. Thank you so much for sharing, Charlotte. And if we don't have any questions for Charlotte, we are going to move on to our next guest speaker. I need to do a little bit of a techie operation here. It is going to be Charlie.
There is a question for Charlotte about how big they grow up to, about the angelfish.
Oh yeah, angelfish.
Yeah.
So I think the biggest one on record was something like, oh goodness, I did see this in my research. It was about 13 inches long, so that's a little bit over a foot, or 14 inches. So they can get pretty sizable, but not huge.
That sounds about right. Yep. Cool. All right, Charlie, take us underwater.
So, hi, I'm Charlie Davis. I'm 15 years old. I've been in the water since I was born, pretty much. I've been freediving since I was 5, I'd say. I've been interested in the ocean for as long as I can remember. Always wanted to pick up trash, everything like that. I've been a junior volunteer for the aquarium and for Kids on the Reef. And I moved to Scotland a few months ago, so I haven't been able to be in the water, which is kind of sad. But my favorite thing about the ocean is leaving all of life's problems behind. All the bad things disappear and you're just at peace. And that's it.
That's it. We have Charlie truly enjoying diving. And Charlie, I have to also mention that you're an amazing photographer. So I think you really enjoy being in the water with your GoPro, taking pictures in the water and out of the water.
Yeah, definitely.
It's so you're allowed to take us, in the water with you because you're
Yeah.
Your GoPro with you. Do you remember where you were in that little swim through there?
This one here was John Smith's Bay, I think. It was one of my last dives I had in Bermuda.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
It's a beautiful dive.
So this here is
creature, Charlie?
My creature is the hogfish. So the hogfish is a species of wrasse. They're native to the western side of the Atlantic, so from Nova Scotia all the way down to the northern tip of South America. So they're a reef fish, which means they're perfect for Bermuda because Bermuda has a thriving reef system. They're a popular target for spear fishermen because their wonderfully meaty flesh is quite a prized dinner for locals and tourists. The hogfish, they possess an elongated snout, which they use to search for food buried in the sand, such as conchs, crabs, snails, and other little crustaceans. Like many fish in the wrasse family, the hogfish changes its sex during different stages in their life. They start out as a female during their juvenile life and mature to become a male in their adult life. The change usually occurs around the 3rd year of their life. And that's all I've got.
Do you know other fish that do that?
Yeah, the parrotfish, like Charlotte said.
The parrotfish do that as well.
Yeah.
Cool. Absolutely. All right. So you guys have any questions on the hogfish for Charlie?
I've got a freediving question for Charlie.
Freediving question.
I want to know where Charlie's favorite place to freedive is.
That's a hard one. I have so many, but probably my favorite is Definitely the Sea Venture Ferry. I really liked there.
Mhm.
Cool.
Mm.
Okay, shall I press, play on this one? Jason, I think it's you.
Yeah.
All right. Welcome on the stage, or under
Hey,
the stage, I should say.
So I'm Jason. I'm 15. I've really like free diving and I've been doing it for quite a while. I like being in the ocean because it's quite calming and peaceful. And I love to go through the different structures in the reef and explore wrecks, see different fish and animals. I find being in the water very helpful for my mindset and just clearing my head. And yeah, I just like freediving.
See how calm
Nice.
you are.
And you've been like Charlotte, you've been to 66 feet.
Yeah,
How did that feel?
that was really cool. Yeah, that's
So
So this is all,
as we're watching Jason
just have
surfacing,
to calculate it.
a question just popped in for Charlie. I don't know if you have an answer. How many species of hawkfish in Bermuda? All right, we'll have to look that one up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Jason, creatures or lobsters? Are you a lobster fisher free diver?
lobster diver. Yeah, lobster diver. Yeah, I like doing it. So, so lobsters, they're crustaceans. They're bottom feeders, and so they live on the bottom of the ocean in caves. They have a hard shell and they're quite spiky, so they're hence the name, spiny lobster. So when lobsters grow, they molt, which is when they shed their shell and they grow a new one. Female lobsters will carry eggs attached to the tails, and they have long, spiky whips, which is usually the only thing you can see of them poking out of the cave. So I find free diving is the best way to find lobsters because they live in holes in the reef and they're usually quite deep into the reef or in enclosed spaces. They're quite shy and will back away from anything big, but free divers generally stay quite calm and they will stay still. So they are nocturnal and they feed at night and they can grow quite big, up to 15 pounds. So these are just some pictures of lobsters. So lobster diving season is from September to March in Bermuda at least, and the limit is 2 lobsters per license holder per day. So if you get more, then I believe it's the Marine Wildlife Association can take legal action against you. And then lobsters under a certain size or carrying eggs are illegal to take out of the water.
How do you catch them? What do you use when you free dive to catch
Okay,
them?
so when you catch them, you take down a noose and you need to slip it behind them, and then it closes on their tail so that you can just catch them and you put them in a bag. And yeah.
And I don't think you're allowed to catch them while scuba diving here in Bermuda. You have to.
No, you have to be free diving. Yeah, if you scuba dive and catch them, you can get in a lot of trouble.
All right.
And how are the lobster populations doing in Bermuda?
They are declining at the moment, which is quite sad. So they might actually have to put a ban on lobster diving for a bit because they are becoming a lot rarer and a lot of lobster divers are not finding as many anymore.
So in other animals, we were just talking to Choi, the live session before around sharks that we have clearly, declined, make the population decline. So lobsters as well. All right, thank you, Jason, for this. And we are going to roll into our next little free diver. And this is Gabby. Gabby, you are on.
Hi, my name is Gabby. I'm 12 years old and I've been in love with the ocean since I was a child. I started freediving because I wanted to become a mermaid. And ever since I've been in love with the ocean. And yeah.
Wow. And you were at the first freediving camp that we had in Bermuda.
Yeah.
So how has it been for you to progress so much every year with your freediving?
I love it. It's fun. And
Sorry.
I love the ocean and seeing everything. And freediving has made that a lot easier.
So how much was this? Was it like 30, 35 feet?
I think that was 25 or 30 feet.
30 feet.
Wait, was this year or last year?
No, that's deeper. It's about, I think it's about 40 feet.
Maybe.
Okay, thank you for that, Gabby. Now I need to stop sharing my screen because I need to go and look for your animal, and you want to talk about the Portuguese man of war. So I need to try to do something like this. Is that okay for you? Can everybody see the Portuguese man of war on my screen?
Yep.
Yeah, okay. All right, Gabby, let me know if you need your next slide, okay?
So, Portuguese man of wars are my favorite animal, and they're most commonly found in the Indian and Atlantic Ocean. Next slide.
Oops.
They were given this name because the top part of their body somewhat resembles a warship. Next slide. Even though they're pretty, their tentacles can give a nasty sting and can extend up to 165 feet. And the reason it hurts so much when they sting you is because the tentacles have venom used to paralyze and kill fish and other small creatures, and in very few cases, humans too. Next slide. They are really pretty, and that's one of the facts. They're really pretty. They have a purple and blue color. And next slide. What I love about them is it's not just one organism, it's multiple organisms working together. And that's it.
All right, super. They are very pretty. They are quite dangerous, but they are very pretty. Do you have any questions for Gabby on the Portuguese man of war? And if we don't, I'm going to stop sharing my screen and I'm going to call on to Sophie to introduce herself, take us with her. I think it's through the reef, and then let her present her animal.
Yeah.
That's okay. You need to get,
Let's
yeah.
just see if I can.
We can see your screen. You're good.
Okay. So, just play this.
Oh, no.
Oh, that's annoying.
That's always us trying to figure out technology, and then, of course, things always happen the way we don't want them to happen. Do you want to try again?
Yeah.
And if it doesn't work, I can try to get it on my
Okay. I'll just...
try to see if it works. If it doesn't, I will try to get you on my screen. Do you want me to do that?
There we go. Oops. Okay.
All right.
My name is Sophie. I'm 14 years old, and I've joined freediving camp numerous times. I think freediving to depths of up to 50 feet in Bermuda's waters. I think I love freediving because the ocean is it's just so big, and there's so many beautiful creatures. I particularly love Bermuda's coral reefs, and there are many underwater tunnels and caves and the beautiful sea creatures that live on and around them. As a child, my friends and I would play a game where we would try to find the moray eel in the Bermuda Aquarium and Zoo. I always found the eel to be so seclusive and mysterious that I was fascinated by it. Today, I decided to present the moray eel because, in a way, it's kind of iconic. So, what are moray eels? The moray eel is a type of eel that is found worldwide. There are approximately 200 species in 15 genres that are mostly marine. They have very interesting feeding behaviors as they use cooperative hunting partnering with coral groupers, as the morays are able to get into the cracks in the reef that the groupers may not be able to access to draw out prey. Moray eels are opportunistic carnivorous predators that feed mainly on smaller fish. Morays are apex predators in their ecosystems. However, some of their main predators include large groupers, barracudas, and sea snakes. Let me just have another video. Here's a video of a green moray eel. Did you know that the green moray eel is actually brown? The yellowish tint of mucus that covers its body gives it its green color. It ranges in length from 6 inches to 15 feet, and the average weight is 30 pounds. So where are the moray eels found? Typically, moray eels are found in both freshwater and saltwater habitats. However, in Bermuda, we only have saltwater. They are found in the Western Atlantic from New Jersey, Bermuda, and the northern Gulf of Mexico to Brazil, at depths down to 40 meters. If the moray eel were to go extinct, groupers would find it hard to hunt for food as they share a commensalism relationship, whereby one species benefits in the relationship while the other is not affected in any way. The coral reefs may become slightly more unstable because there would be no more mucus from the eel skin. Moray eels also have an important ecological role in removing decaying matter from the ecosystem, as they eat dead prey items that float near the crevice. Here is a video of a golden spotted eel, captured here in Bermuda by me and my camping group. Part of the moray eel's bad reputation may come from the fact that they regularly open and close their mouths, which shows off their sharp teeth. Although this may appear threatening, the eel is actually taking in water to breathe. The water passes over the gills at the back of the head. Moray eels use specific techniques while hunting. They grab prey and wrap its body around it until it becomes flattened enough to be swallowed. And then, there we go.
They are pretty fearless predators. Indeed. Nice. Anybody has questions on eels for Sophie? We're good? So we are going to jump onto Alex. She is coming on board next, and she has 2 animals she's going to talk about. Alex, I have a question for you though, before you completely start talking about which one did you choose? Which one did you choose to present first? Oh,
sorry.
that's okay. That's okay.
I decided to present the octopus first.
But I see you have a footage of you in a wreck, or is it just a picture?
This is footage. So I'll start my PowerPoint.
Go for it.
Okay. So, hi, my name is Alex. I'm 17 years old, and I've been in the water more often than out of the water most of my life. And I started as a junior volunteer for close to 4 years ago, and I'm still a regular volunteer today. And I've just been volunteering at the aquarium because I love learning about all of Bermuda's awesome animals and being able to spend time with people who have similar interests to me. And I think one of my best memories from doing the junior volunteer program was the Galapagos trip we did 2 years ago, when I got to see all this amazing wildlife. And through the aquarium, that's how I found out about aqua souls, and I did my level 1 apnea course, and hopefully one day I'll be able to go even further. And I guess what I love so much about being in the ocean is that it feels so calm and peaceful, and it just really feels like I belong there, and it feels like my second home. And I just love how you always find something new, no matter how many times you go back to the same place. So my first animal is the common octopus, and the common octopus is an invertebrate found in tropical waters around the world in relatively shallow and rocky areas, and it can grow up to be up to 4 feet long. They eat clams, small fish, and other crustaceans. And I find the octopus really interesting just because of how intelligent they are, despite being such a small animal. They have 9 ganglia, which are like mini brains that are spread across their body, but they actually have no centralized brain system. And they also appear to have problem-solving ability, as their neurons have the largest two-body ratio in the animal kingdom. And with this intelligence, they can open containers, paint, and make their way through mazes. And as we have discovered at the aquarium, they are also very good at escaping from the tanks. So you have to keep an eye on them and octopus-proof the tank, basically. Another interesting thing about the octopus is their ability to camouflage. So in the largest picture in the center, there is actually an octopus tentacle there, and he's camouflaging in the rock. And they have specialized cells in their skin called chromatophores, which help them to change color and blend in with their background to hide from predators. And their other defense mechanism is their ink, which when released, the ink makes the water cloudy and dulls the predator's sense of smell, allowing the octopus to escape. So my next animal is the sea lion, which isn't found in Bermuda, but we learned all about it on the junior volunteer expedition to Galapagos 2 years ago. And as you'll see in the video, it was one of the animals that we saw the most of, and we were actually able to interact with quite a lot. So there are 6 types of sea lions in the world, and the ones that I'm going to be talking about are the Galapagos sea lions, which, as the name suggests, they are endemic to the Galapagos, but they can also sometimes be seen in Ecuador since it's just off the coast. And sea lions are free divers, and they can hold their breath for over 10 minutes and can dive to depths of almost 600 meters, although they tend to stay between 100 and 200 meters, which is still very deep. And to stay underwater for this long, the sea lions can slow down their heart rate when diving in order to use less oxygen. And this is actually the mammalian dive reflex, which humans also have when we free dive. And it's basically your body's response to holding your breath, and you know that you need to conserve more oxygen so your heart rate slows down. So the sea lions use this free diving ability to catch and eat fish, such as sardines. And what I love the most about the sea lions is how curious they can be, especially the young ones. We were able to play with them in the water and blowing bubbles and swimming beside them. Yeah, that's it.
So, I was thinking about Beth, while you were talking about the mammalian dive reflex and everything. You guys can teach now. You can teach the younger ones. You're good. You're ready. You have this down, right? Trying to pass on your passion and everything you learn. So, well done. Thank you for sharing. Coach Beth, any questions for Alex? If we don't, we are going to go on to Nash. So I think that's when I share my screen again. So Nash, can you unmute yourself? You're ready to go?
Yeah.
All right. Well, the first part of the video we have might look a little frightening. People might be wondering what you're doing. So is there anything else you want to tell us about yourself before we get into that footage?
So basically in the footage,
okay, I'm going right into the footage. Okay, let me find it. I thought you wanted to maybe say a few words before I got into the footage, but if you want to dive right in, I am going to go and look for it. Here it is. Oh, that's Gabby coming back up. And this is Nash. Go for it.
So basically in this footage, I was doing a breath hold, and my diaphragm is like kind of going crazy because I'm having contractions, and yeah, it's because of the carbon dioxide buildups and stuff.
Okay, I was trying to pause, and of course my technology is not being happy. So and that was a 3 minutes breath hold. Amazing.
And 18 seconds, don't forget that.
Yeah, and 18 seconds, I should let you know. So he's
So
okay.
yeah,
He's okay.
he is okay. It's completely safe. It's completely normal. Our bodies are designed to help us to hold our breath. And now you see Nash putting his skills into practice underwater.
Yeah, so basically, like, I've been freediving for quite a while now, and I just find it like really relaxing, and it's a fun experience for me. And being underwater makes me feel like I'm in a whole nother world, basically. And it's a great way of like exploring the ocean. Yeah.
Should we go straight into your?
Yeah.
Oh, where are the eagle rays?
I was going to say that.
What happened to the
Yeah.
eagle rays? Oh my, that's interesting. The eagle rays were here a little while ago. Yeah, they're back.
Yeah.
Pleasure of technology. All right.
So basically eagle rays can be found throughout like tropical waters and warm temperature waters across the world. They can grow up to a length of 16.5 feet, so 5 meters, which is pretty big. They can get to like 230 kilograms, which is heavy. Their wingspan reaches a maximum of like around 10 feet, which is also really big. So spotted eagle rays can leap their entire bodies out of the water when they're close to the surface. They have venomous spines on their tails that are used for defense against threats. And like their predators in Bermuda could include like tiger sharks. And that's about it. They have plate-like teeth used to crush their preferred prey, including clams, oysters, sea urchins, and shrimp.
Oops, no, I wanted to go back to the eagle rays, you know, as you were talking. These are truly beautiful. Thank you, Nash. Do we have any questions on eagle rays for Nash? Or for how or about how it feels to have contraction, you know? No. All right.
Yeah, I want to know more about how, because Nash is really good at remaining calm and relaxed even through the urge to breathe. So I want to know how he does that. I mean, do you distract yourself? Are you thinking about something else? What are you doing when that happens?
Well, you just like try to relax yourself and like think about other things, and then it'll like help with the urge to breathe. Yeah.
And do you feel the urge to breathe as powerfully underwater as you do on land? In your experience?
Not really, because like when you're underwater, it's like easier to like focus on other things, because when you're underwater, it's like really relaxing. So like that helps like bring down the urge to breathe, so like you don't want to. Yeah.
Nice.
If you guys are watching on Facebook, you know, if you guys have any questions for any of our freedivers here, either on them in the water or on their animals, you know, feel free to share and ask. We can try to answer them. And if not, I think we've gone a little bit over time, so I think we should get going. I'm going to say goodbye. You guys can wave your goodbyes, and I have a little video that we can share to to close that session. So thank you so much for joining us. Thank you to everybody to be so awesome in the water. And Beth, super happy to having seen you from South Africa. Do you have a last few words that you wanna share with us?
Yes, I'm just so proud of all these young freedivers. Bermuda is the global leader in kids freediving. So, it's really incredible to see and to have so many of the young freedivers who are there for the first freediving camp ever, and to watch them grow over the years is really incredible. So I know all the future freediving champions will be coming out of Bermuda. And also, I feel like the ocean, as many challenges as it's facing, is going to be okay because of these young freedivers, because they're so passionate and dedicated to taking care of the oceans. So it's amazing.
Yeah. So it's interesting that you're mentioning this, because I know on Facebook we have at least one student. He's in like our new cohort of Kids on the Reef. Is at Clearwater Middle School. It's Aaron is watching. We've been doing the theory of Kids on the Reef, online. So it's not easy to try to teach how to, hold your breath and all that. But you guys have been amazing. He's asking if it hurts. I think the contractions. Do the contractions hurt? Nash, you want to answer that? Or even Beth? I mean, you can hold your breath for 6 minutes and a half. You guys
like they don't really like hurt. It's just like a weird feeling. Like it's uncomfortable.
Yeah. True. It's not a painful experience. It's just an uncomfortable one. and just for everyone at home watching, obviously, there's a lot of theory and training that goes into being able to do breath holds and free diving like that. So always stay safe, and all these free divers take a pledge to never ever free dive or hold their breath alone. So we always make sure we keep each other safe in our free diving pod.
Thank you, Beth. Safety first. All right, so we're going to wave you guys goodbye on that last little clip. We'll see you later. I think the next live session is 2:30 with Andrew Stevenson about whales. Have a good afternoon.